Hallo zusammen, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Anastasia and I am a Russian German. In the previous video, I was talking about some of the reasons why we decided to migrate to Germany in 2004. I also talked about the acculturation strategies based on research where people's psychological and physical health was measured. Have you figured out yet what the best acculturation strategy is? In case you haven't, don't worry, we'll do it together in a second, but I really need to do a quick disclaimer. Everything I've said so far in my videos is based exclusively on my past or present experiences, okay? It is not my intention to offend anyone. I am merely sharing my story as a Russian German with you guys. Welcome to today's episode. I've divided today's episode into two parts. In part one, I'm going to be talking about how I've learned German from scratch. Wie habe ich Deutsch gelernt von Anfang an? Ich hatte ja null Vorkenntnisse. And in part two, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my tips and tricks how to most efficiently learn a foreign language. Truth be told, if we had done well economically, we probably would never have left Russia. If we'd stayed in Russia, I would never have embarked on this journey into the unknown, and I would never have learned German. Another huge reason why we've left our home country is access to higher education. In Russia, you've got to pay a lot to go to university, unless you're a genius, unless you've got an extraordinary skill. I am an average girl, there is nothing special about me. If I stayed in Russia, I probably would never have gained access to college education, and this would have had a profound effect on my mental health, especially because I would not have unlocked my potential. It matters a lot if you consider Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I'm talking about self-realization at the top of the hierarchy. In today's episode, I'm going to be talking about how I've mastered German. Have I mastered German? Have I fully learned German? Let's put it this way. How I've learned German from zero to C2, I'd say. So, if you want to find out more, definitely stick around to the very end. Let's recap together what are the acculturation strategies. I really want to get this point across in my video. Let's eliminate the not so good ones and then highlight the best one, okay? Assimilation means people embrace the host culture but abandon their heritage culture. It's proven detrimental. As well as separation, which is immigrants abandon the host culture and exclusively socialize with the people from their heritage culture. Marginalization is when people abandon their heritage culture and the host culture. All three have been proven detrimental to both the physical and the psychological health. And the best strategy is the integration strategy. Barry talks about double engagement. So keep, maintain and express their heritage culture, and on this basis at the same time they participate in the life of the larger society. Alright, I've got all my certificates here, and it's to do with the language courses that I've done so far. So we came here in September 2004, and in September 2004 I started learning German officially, and it's called Deutsche Sprachkurs. So it's an intensive language course, full-time, every single day in a school setting, which was fabulous. And we had like 3 months to master the A1 level and to move on to the next level, which is A2, and it's based on the common Framework for Languages, der gemeinsame europäische Referenzrahmen A2. In December 2004, I officially was assigned to the A2 level. So it was funded by the EU. From December 2004 to April 2005, we managed the bridge between A2 and B1. It says here actually who is eligible or who was eligible to participate in this language course. Young ethnic German resettlers, asylum seekers. So after completing B2, B2 niveau, I was undecided what to do, or people around me did not know where to send me. So, from November 2005 until April 2006, I did another intensive language course in Volkmarsen near Kassel. Really improved my language skills there. Based on this document, this is the Russian version of the GCSE, General Certificate of Secondary Education. They've asked me to get everything I had in Russian translated into German. After the language course in Volkmarsen, I was granted access to participate or to do the A-levels in Augsburg. In 2006, I went to Augsburg to do my A-levels. In 2008, I did it. So this, das Abitur A-levels in Bavaria, in Germany, so like across Germany, is the gateway to higher education. Alright, welcome to the second part of today's episode. I'd like to share with you my tips and tricks when it comes to learning a foreign language. Tip number one is to do the basics, to do a basic language course. In that course, you will understand the structure that underlies any language. And I'm speaking from experience. You have to grasp what the structure is in order to make progress. For example, in German as well as in Russian, a lot of grammatical information is conveyed morphologically. So, du machst, okay, so st at the end. Automatically it means second person singular. And in Russian, ты делаешь, this ешь, automatically means второе лицо, единственное число. Pay particular attention to how people speak. Take notes, definitely take notes, in the margin, in the notes section. 3. Embrace mistakes. Mistakes are unavoidable. In my first year at uni, I had a really good laugh with Barbara. Hi Barbara. I said gebrannte Ente as opposed to gebratene Mandeln. That's okay. It stuck with me. Laugh at your ignorance. Helps to stay sane and to stay motivated. Be a nerd when it comes to learning a foreign language. I always have my notebook on me and also my mobile phone. Always taking notes in the margin. Out of fear, I would forget what I've just heard. Okay, so the most important tip when it comes to learning a foreign language is to learn prefabricated useful phrases. Research in both cognitive and corpus linguistics, as well as in second language acquisition or foreign language acquisition, has shown that language is actually composed of prefabricated chunks, also known as lexical bundles, and that knowing those bundles improves fluency and generally improves language acquisition. I also wrote a paper in phraseology on lexical bundles, and I will now take this opportunity and walk you through my paper to show you exactly what I mean by prefabricated lexical bundles. Alright guys, I will now talk you through my term paper in linguistics, in phraseology, and it's called, and you can see the title here, I analysed the use of lexical bundles between native and non-native speakers of English in academic context. Now, I'm fully aware the context is a different one. Okay, so we've got academic writing and we've got two groups of people. This is not
why I'm showing you this. I first of all wanted to do some definition work. Lexical bundles are the most frequent multi-word sequences empirically derived from large text samples by means of electronic corpora. Corpora are compilations of authentic language data, which give us plenty of insights into how language is processed and stored in the heads of, for example, native speakers of English, Russian, German, because you don't only have authentic language data available as pieces of writing, but also recorded in the form of a dialogue, for example, or interviews. Okay, so the traditional approach to foreign language learning and teaching goes like this. You've got to learn vocabulary and grammar separately. This approach transcends the boundaries, and it says, no. Wait a second. It's talking about the Lexis grammar co-selection, because you will see in a moment these phrases, prefabricated expressions, consist of words and of grammar. Okay. The good news is it's been proven that these lexical bundles are stored in our heads, in our long-term memories, our mental lexicons as single units, which makes it incredibly handy when it comes to recalling, on the spur of the moment, retrieving something real quick. You don't have to think about, oh gosh, how do I construct this or that phrase? What goes with what? No, you just retrieve it as a single unit. Okay, as if you are retrieving an idiom like to be barking up the wrong tree or to kick the bucket. Now I'll show you specific examples of the pieces of writing that have been submitted kindly by my friends, native speakers of Russian and English. So I'll show you what I mean. Hi Glenn, if you're watching, we've got a screenshot. So a number of, the use of, as well as a range of quite many noun phrases, which is typical for academic writing. You can see, for example, a number of occurs in this text 15 times, then the use of 8 times due to the 3 times, and it's also important to mention that this approach is based on the frequency criterion. Let's move to the piece of writing submitted by Elizabeth. Hi, Elizabeth. So we've got 3 times a means of. Then we've got in the same way 2 times, and which might be considered 2 times in this piece of writing. So the tentative language use with the modal here, and then we've got a piece of writing by Brigitta. Hi Brigitte. 4 times, as well as 3 times the difference between 2 times in this passage, and also 4 times the striking of the 3 times in the wider context. Okay, so what this is showing, prefabricated expressions, lexical bundles, these co-occurring strings of words which frequently are used together, are definitely made use of by the native speakers.
I find psycholinguistics fascinating because it's a mix of psychology and linguistics. What's going on inside our heads. My mental lexicon is a mess because I always try to find equivalents in all 3 languages, Russian, German and English. And I sometimes do practice code switching, which is not pädagogisch wertvoll, in a classroom setting. But it's helped me to achieve the level I've achieved so far. I've just realized that I haven't provided you with any examples of what are these pre-constructed phrases in German. Phrases like Ich gehe davon aus, dass. Ich muss mich krank schreiben lassen. Or ich muss kurz telefonieren. Phrases that you don't have to sort of think about how to construct, but you just learn them as one unit and then produce it on the spur of the moment. without thinking too much about it, okay? Alright, that's about it for today's episode. I hope you found it useful. If you did, give it a thumbs up to let me know that you like this content, and also consider subscribing to my channel because I post every Saturday. That's the goal. I'll see you next week, guys. Всем пока. Tschüss allerseits. Bye, guys.